It's that time again. Weigh-in Wednesday and what I eat in a day. Stick around. We're getting into it right now. Hey, my name's Manya, and I've lost 30, no, 28, no, 27 pounds on the WW Purple Plan. This month has been all over the place, but my goal is to help you be successful in your weight loss journey. I'm a vegetarian and I eat a mostly whole food plant-based diet on WW Purple, and I've lost 30 pounds since last May of 2020. So about 9-10 months of WW, I've lost 30 pounds. Stick around. I'm going to show you everything I ate. If you're not interested in that and you want to skip right to the weight loss results, there'll be some timestamps below. And let's start with coffee. Welcome to breakfast. So yesterday, I changed up my routine a little bit. I've been eating oatmeal for breakfast all winter long, mixed with lately homemade soy milk and some frozen fruit. Yesterday, I just had a hankering for a savory breakfast. So I had sweet potato and broccoli, and then I had oatmeal as my morning snack. And it was like a total game changer for me. Having oatmeal as my morning snack, it filled me up, and I ate lunch like almost 90 minutes later than usual, and I didn't have that like super hangry feeling that I often have. So I'm gonna try that again today. So for breakfast, I had some cut up sweet potatoes, which they were already cooked in my microwave. In my refrigerator. I just put them in the microwave, and then I didn't have any broccoli, so I just steamed some up. And I took the opportunity, since I was unloading the dishwasher, to microwave 3 more sweet potatoes so that I can cube them up and have them in the refrigerator. I also made some soy milk last night, and the dogs are up now, so that's gonna get loud. So on top of my breakfast, the other human's going the long way around, so he doesn't have to be in the video. I of course will put some nutritional yeast and salt on top of the broccoli and the sweet potatoes, and that will be my entire breakfast. Morning snack time. I know, this looks like breakfast. This is oatmeal cooked with a cup of homemade soy milk, some pumpkin pie spice, some flaxseed meal, and then mango and blueberries. Those were frozen. I let them thaw for a couple of hours. I mentioned at breakfast that this was a new thing for me that I started yesterday that I really liked, which was eating a starch and a vegetable for breakfast, and then this for snack. It is about 11:30. I have to leave in about 40 minutes to go get my second vaccine. So this will do me through that, and then possibly until a late lunch or just an afternoon snack, but I will come back and I will show whatever I eat next to you. Lunchtime. It is 2 o'clock and I just got back from getting my second vaccine, so fingers crossed I won't feel sick later today, but I am ready to eat this beautiful, gigantic bowl of food. So here's what I have in here. Starting at the top, these are potatoes that were baked a couple days ago and just living in my fridge, ready for me to eat them. This is my 0 Point refried beans. Hard to see because they're so dark. I always have a big batch of these in my fridge. I have a video about how to make those. I will link it above and below, but basically it's canned black beans mixed with this salsa, but you can use any salsa that you like, and then pureed in the immersion blender, or you can use a regular blender, and they mimic refried beans, and they're 0 points. And then this is kale with some chopped red onion on top. This kale has nothing on it. All I did was tear it into little pieces, throw it in the bowl, and I cooked all of this for 1:30. And that cooks the kale enough for me to mix it all up and make a delicious bowl. In the middle is not regular sour cream. It's not regular sour cream. It is this Kite Hill vegan sour cream. It is 2 points for 2 tablespoons, which is 30 grams. I always weigh this kind of stuff, and you should too. I'm not eating it because it's lower in points than regular sour cream. I'm eating it because I'm trying to reduce my dairy consumption. So it is the best, let's see, it is the best vegan sour cream that I have been able to find. Not cheap, but worth it if you're trying to mimic sour cream but not have it have dairy in it. So I'm going back to work. I'm gonna eat my lunch, and I will see you for the next time I put food in my mouth. It's dinner time. I mean, it's not really dinner time. It's only 5:15, but I have a virtual community meeting that I have to lead tonight, and that starts at 6. So I eat now, or I eat after 8 o'clock, and nothing good ever happens if I let myself get hungry. So even though I'm not super hungry right now, I am going to eat dinner. So I am going to eat a 0 Point pozole that my husband made about a week ago, I think. The great thing about vegetarian food, you don't have to worry about it. It can sit in the refrigerator for a lot longer than stuff that has meat in it. So this is a pozole verde. It's made with hominy, pinto beans, a couple different kinds of peppers, tomatillos, and then of course a base of onion and garlic, and there's some spices. I don't have a recipe. He just makes this, and so far he hasn't agreed to come on camera. If you look for a vegan or a Whole Foods pozole, I'll see if I can find 1 or 2 and put them down in the description box, although I can't endorse them. It's just really, it's warm and comforting and delicious, and it is 0 points. And then I'm doing a repeat of lunch. I am adding this time only 15 grams or 1 tablespoon of the Kite Hill vegan sour cream. So this whole bowl is 1 point, and I put some red onions on top, and usually I'd put some cilantro on top, but we didn't have any cilantro. So for a really quick weekday dinner, this will do. And then hopefully we'll be done early enough for me to have a giant bowl of popcorn, because you all know how much I love my giant sweet bowl of popcorn every single night. So I'll see you for that. Hey everyone, my community meeting is over and I'm hungry. It is, what time is it? 8:30, and I ate 4 hours ago. So I'm gonna have my special popcorn. I will say I don't feel 100%. It's like I feel like the second shot is gonna hit me sometime in the middle of the night. So I considered skipping the popcorn, but darn it, I'm hungry and I want it. Make myself a big bowl of popcorn. I use the proper popper. I'll put a link to this in Amazon below. It's very, very inexpensive. You put a 1/4 cup of popcorn in here, put the lid on. In my old microwave, it takes 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But like I said, I got an old microwave there, so I don't know if it means it's stronger or weaker. So you might just use your popcorn button. That could work. And then using spray oil, hold on. I buy this at Costco, but you can use any spray oil you want. I prefer non-propellant without a lot of chemicals. The only ingredient on this is avocado oil. So that's why I go out of my way to buy this. I use spray oil and to make a powdered mix stick. And in my powdered mix is 1 or 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Now, if you don't want to use white sugar for this, totally fine. You can use the monk fruit sweetener, you can use Splenda, you can use whatever you want, or you can use no sweetener, because I also put in there a mix of peanut powders. So I don't make a lot of peanut butter with the peanut powders. I mostly put it on my popcorn. And those have sugar in them already. So if you don't want it to be as sweet as I like it, you can leave out the sugar completely. I have a variety of different flavors, and I make a different combination every single night. So tonight I think I'm gonna use the PB Fit. This is the one from Costco. It is 2 points for 16 grams, I believe. But as you can tell, I'm questioning myself. So got my app, I'm just gonna scan it right now. Yes. 2 points, 2 tablespoons, but I always weigh this kind of stuff out. Always, always, always. And I use my food scale. I can link that below as well. I don't mess around with that kind of thing. It is far too easy to round that tablespoon up, if you know what I mean. So with 0 point foods, I don't worry about it. With pointed foods, I definitely weigh and measure. So 2 tablespoons, otherwise known as 16 grams of this. And then tonight, I think I'm gonna use the PB&Co, what's it called? Salted Caramel Crunch. This is 2 points for also 2 tablespoons, but 2 tablespoons to these people is 12 grams, which is why I weigh, because I don't know how this one gets 16 grams for 2 tablespoons and this one gets 12 grams for 2 tablespoons, but I'm weighing it no matter what. And then lately I've been mixing in a teaspoon of flaxseed meal, which is 0 points, and I'm doing that, I'm adding it to my oatmeal in the morning as well, just doing that to get those omega-3s into my diet, and I don't even notice. In addition, I will add some salt to the bowl, the slurry, if you will. It's really just a dry mix, and cinnamon. And the cinnamon is free, so I don't measure it. I just shake it until I like how it looks. This week was good. I ended up going out to eat once. This was unplanned. On Sunday, we had some friends reach out to us about 11 a.m. and ask if we wanted to go to brunch. And I'm gonna say this to you. If you're new in your weight loss journey, it may freak you out when things like that happen. And I'm working on a how to eat in a restaurant on Purple video for y'all. I will say this, I'm not sure I have the perfect answer. I'm not sure I know how to do it either, quite honestly. And so basically what I do is I just try not to overdo it, and I don't worry about it. Usually I don't even count the points in a restaurant. I just try to keep things reasonable and don't go crazy. I do not believe in cheat meals or cheat days. I think that is very negative. I don't think it's healthy mentally for long-term sustainable lifestyle changes. So what is sustainable is I go out with my friends, I don't go crazy, and I enjoy myself and I don't worry about it. So I did go out. That was Sunday, today is Wednesday, so that's usually enough time for it to right itself. So I lost a quarter pound this week, which is great. That's good. It's trending in the right direction. What I'm going to stick up on the screen, if I haven't already done so, is a screenshot from my Happy Scale app, so you can see my last couple of weeks of weigh-in. I weigh in every single day using the Happy Scale app. That gives me a moving average that helps me understand what my weight actually is as opposed to what it happens to be on the day I step on the scale. For me, I like that. So today I weighed in at 134.4. I started back in mid-May at 163.2. So 134.4 is 0.25 less than last week, but, and here's why it just kind of is what it is at this point. I've been here before, 134.4. I was in the mid 130s for the entire month of February. And the last half of January. So if you watch my weight loss story or even my video about how to use the app, the Weight Watchers app, I lost and maybe I'll put a little video up of the Happy Scale app reports monthly from when I started back in May. But I lose about 2 pounds a month. Which is why when people go on and they're like, I only lost 5 pounds this month, I think, you gotta celebrate that, girl. 5 pounds in a month, that's actually a ton. Weight Watchers says you lose between, I think it's an average of a half a pound to a pound a week. Yeah, that's not normal. That's not gonna happen to you. You're not gonna lose a pound a week all the time. So to lose half a pound a week is great. And that's, I think, about my average. That ends up being 2 pounds a month. But I was losing the same 10 pounds for 5 months. So I started in May. May and June were fantastic. Lost a lot. I think even July was pretty good. And then August, September, October, November, 4 months. It took me 4 months to lose 10 pounds. And then I had more rapid weight loss. December was great, January was great, and now I seem to be slowing again. And so I'm stuck in the mid-30s or in the 130s. It's fine. I see myself eating like this for hopefully the rest of my life, at least a good long time. So it doesn't really matter how long it takes. I prefer the slow weight loss. I don't like what's been happening over the last few weeks where I gained a lot and then lost a lot. I gained 2 pounds and then one week I lost 4 pounds. I don't like that. I don't like intense highs and lows. I try very hard in my life to just keep myself right here. So a quarter pound is fine. It's great for me. So I think that's all I have to say about this week. Let me know how your week went. Let me know if you're still thinking about joining WW. If you have, I'm always curious who you are. I assume I have a bunch of WW Purple people with me, but let me know. And keep an eye out for future videos. If you like this, like it. That's the one thing that you can really do to help me out. Hit that like button and stay tuned for more. Have a great week, everyone.